So today, we're diving into one of the most powerful, most mind-bending texts ever written, the Diamond Sutra. And we're not just going to read it, we're going to feel it. We're going to do that by zeroing in on one single incredible chapter that was so profound it literally brought one of the Buddha's most senior disciples to tears. So picture the scene, right? The Buddha is teaching his followers, and one of them is this guy, Subhuti. Now, Subhuti is no beginner. He's already incredibly wise. But on this day, he hears something that isn't just another lesson. No, this hits him with the force of a lightning bolt. A truth so huge and so pure that he just breaks down. And that's the question we're chasing today. What could possibly be so powerful that it makes a wise man weep? And we're not talking about tears of sadness here. These are tears of a massive breakthrough, of pure, overwhelming understanding. So, what did he hear? Let's get into it. Okay, so what Subhuti heard was something that sounds like a riddle. It's this strange little formula, a paradox that is designed to completely short-circuit the way we normally think about, everything. The Buddha starts things off with a concept we all think we understand. Ultimate wisdom. The highest truth, the final answer. He puts that idea right there on the table for everyone. And then, almost in the same breath, bam, he just yanks the rug right out from under it. He says that this thing we just named, this ultimate wisdom, isn't actually that thing at all. The label, the concept, is not the reality. And here it is. This is the twist that changes everything. The very reason we can give it that name is precisely because it isn't some fixed, solid thing you can point to. So the formula is basically this. A is not really A, and for that exact reason, we call it A. This little puzzle is the key to the whole teaching. So, to get why this paradox hits so hard, you have to understand what it's trying to break apart. The Buddha says we're all stuck because we cling, with all our might, to a few key ideas about who we are. You see, these four notions, they're basically the operating system for our ego. We have this deep-seated belief that there's a permanent me in here, that I am a separate person from you, that I'm a distinct living being on a fixed timeline. But the sutra says, hold on. What if those are just ideas, just habits of mind you need to let go of to really see what's going on? Now, this is where it gets really intense. The Buddha knows this is all pretty abstract stuff, so to make it land, he doesn't just explain it. He tells a story from one of his own past lives. And wow, what a story. It shows what this mindset looks like under the most extreme pressure you can possibly imagine. He takes us way back to a time when he was a sage, an ascetic, living out in the forest, just totally dedicated to practicing patience. He's in this state of deep, deep peace. Then one day, the local king, a guy named Kalinga with a serious reputation for cruelty, is out hunting. His court ladies wander off, find the sage, and they're just fascinated by him. Well, the king sees this, and he is just consumed with jealousy and rage. He completely loses it. So in this absolute fury, the king stomps over and decides he's going to test the sage's famous patience by having him dismembered, limb by limb, while he's still alive. It is an unimaginable horror. Right here, the Buddha basically turns to us, to you, and asks, imagine that was you. If you were completely attached to the idea that you have a self, that this body is you, that this life is all you are, what would you be feeling? You'd be feeling absolute terror, hatred, and resentment, right? But the sage, in that moment, he felt none of it, nothing, because he had truly, completely let go of those four notions. He didn't identify with the body being destroyed. There was no self there to get angry, no person to be attacked. There was just what was happening, without all the hatred that attachment creates. And that story, right there, that's the whole point. This isn't just some clever philosophical idea. It fundamentally changes how you experience the world. And the sutra has this beautiful metaphor to explain the shift. When our minds are all tangled up in attachment, clinging to ideas about ourselves, our stuff, what we want to happen, it's like we're trying to walk around a room in total darkness. You're just stumbling, bumping into things. You can't see anything for what it really is. But when you act without that attachment, it's like someone threw open the curtains on a bright, sunny day. You have perfect vision. You can see everything with total clarity. So why does all this matter so much? What's the big deal? Well, Because really getting this, even for a second, isn't just a neat trick. The Diamond Sutra says that grasping this teaching has a value that is, well, it's beyond anything you could possibly measure. The sutra literally says that for anyone who can hear this teaching and not be afraid, not be confused, and not doubt it, the merit they gain is immeasurable. It's infinite. It's off the charts. It's one of the most powerful things a human being can possibly do. And so, that brings us back here to this ancient wisdom and turns the question back to you. The teaching that brought a wise man to tears was a lesson in letting go of the story of me. It asks us to just consider for a moment that the self we spend our whole lives building and defending isn't as solid as it seems. So the final thought I want to leave you with is this. If you could let go of the idea of you, even just for a moment, what would be left to see?